Hey, what's up? Why you should. I have been mulling over this subject and delaying it week after week after week because it's such a difficult topic to talk about, and it's nutrition. This is something people hate talking about, and yet I wanna come in here and tell you my thoughts about it. But people hate it. So why do people hate it? Was something that I really tried to figure out and think. And then got me to a couple of interesting conclusions. So let's try and think and figure out, why do people hate talking about food? Well, food is something that's always there. It's a constant force in your life because you eat all the time to stay alive, right? So you've been doing this since you were born, and this is something that you kind of grew up with. And at the start, well, when you're a kid, you're not in charge of what you eat. You get all of these customs, and you get used to eating specific things. You know, food from home. Your mom's food is always going to be better than anything else, pretty much. This is kind of how it works because you're so used to it. And that's a comfort zone for most people. Food is always there. It's easy, it's comfortable, and you don't want to think about it. You don't want to, mull over and should I eat this? Should I not eat this? It needs to be something that's just there because you do it so much. It consumes so much of your time every single day. Then thinking about it's just, I just want to eat something tasty and delicious and move on, okay? I want to continue living, enjoy doing it, and move on and not think about it and not care. The problem is that food is a constant force in your life, and it is one of the most strong, powerful things that affect your body and your life and your quality of life as well. The bigger problem is, while this is true, the food that you eat affects you so much throughout your entire life, all the time. How you feel, how well you are, it's such a huge effect on you because it's always there. You eat all the time. And then our bodies are awesome. Our bodies don't even care. Human beings survive so well because we can adapt to pretty much anything. You can actually live on bread and water for a significant amount of time. Yeah, 2 weeks down the line you won't be very happy and you'll probably be very weak because you'll be missing all kinds of vitamins and minerals that your body needs, but you'll be able to survive for a surprising amount of time on nothing but bread and water. And the fact is, you could survive on various random crap that you just chug for. I mean, look at people who are horribly ill and obese. Those people survive. They eat horrible crap. They eat junk food, but they survive. Eventually, they're going to die from one of these diseases because they eat very unhealthy, but it's still years and years. Until the effects come in, it takes such a long amount of time. And this conflict of, I don't want to think about this, and it seems like I don't need to, brings us to people hate talking about nutrition. And I don't really know what to do about it. I don't know how to other than saying that, I don't really know what else I can say other than you should think about it. You should really think about what you eat because you won't just be fine. And it's such an amazing force once you unlock it. Once you stop eating bad things and eat good things, and you feel the differences. Because as much as you can survive on crap, you can also live very well on good stuff. And that's something that it takes a little while, but once you unlock that power of eating correctly, it's amazing. It's really amazing. Especially the poop. The poop is amazing. Okay. Went a little bit sidetracked there, but yeah. All right. So now comes the second really difficult part, after we realize why people hate it, and that's giving you my recommendations. Now, this is gonna suck. This is gonna suck so much because I'm vegan, and right now, at least, metaphorically, you've backed away. You've backed away. Whoa, dude. Because most people in the world currently are not vegan. Though it's been, ramping up and coming up. and I believe it'll only get stronger, and it's not a fad or just something that, moves on after a while. I believe more and more people will become vegan because there's so much overwhelming evidence that that's the way, that's more correct. And there's a million things that we could say, but everything has been said before. I'm just going to tell you how I see food and how I see nutrition, and specifically the vegan diet, which means not to consume anything that comes from animals, which is for most people milk, eggs, and meat, pretty much. The way I see it, there's exactly two reasons to become vegan. One, if you want to be healthy, and two, if the moral implications of eating these things bother you. Now, the moral implications we're not going to talk about because there's not much to talk about. You either care or you don't. It's kind of horrible if you don't, but then again, society does nothing, actually do everything in their power in order to make you believe that it's okay. Clearly, I highly, highly doubt that you'll be able to, not a lot of people at least, be able to just butcher a cow and then eat it right there. They have no problem with a steak that's just prepared for them, but something like that. That's at least what I think. But the moral implications, whatever. The health reason, that's the big thing here. And eating animal fat, which is found in milk and in, not milk less, but mostly in eggs and in meat and milk for all the bad things that are there, is really bad. I'm not going to say anything more than it's really bad. If you want to do research, go do it. I am a man that works... I'm a person that works on logic and on scientific evidence. There's no facts. A lot of people say, well, you can't prove that. It's the same thing. You can't prove that God doesn't exist. Okay? We're going into... See why this subject is terrible? But yeah, you can't prove that God doesn't exist. It doesn't mean that it exists, though. It means that you have to weigh all of the evidence or arguments towards it exists and all of the arguments towards it doesn't, and then make an educated decision. And that is how I work in every subject. So for me, looking at meat, what are the benefits? What are the drawbacks? What does the research say? What does the science say? What has experience taught us? And all of the evidence, I take it into consideration and then I make a decision. And as far as I can tell right now, meat is really bad. That's just how I see it. On top of that, for me, both reasons apply, health and moral implications. But the health implications are rather overwhelming towards not eating meat. So I don't do it. That's pretty much it. Now, as far as how easy it is, or how difficult it is, or giving up things, or doing it but then feeling bad because you're not filled on anything, there's something that you need to understand. Right now, whatever way you're eating, if you're not thinking about your nutrition, and this is the point that I want to drive home, hopefully you're still with me after all the crap that we've just went through. If you're not thinking about your nutrition, you are probably not eating correctly. This is a really strong, big statement to make. And the reason for me to believe this is because most people are not brought up with correct nutrition. Society as a whole most of them is not really strong about nutrition. And so you're probably not thinking about nutrition enough, and you're probably not eating correctly right now. Even if whatever diet you have, if you eat meat, if you don't eat meat, whatever it is that you eat or not eat, you're probably not eating right. And you can survive on that, like we said at the start. You can survive on that forever, okay, for a very long time. But the implications will come at a certain point. Or they're already there, but you assign it to something else. You're really tired, but you don't really think about having a deficiency of some sort, or something like that. And no matter what diet you choose, you should think about nutrition. You should think about what your body needs and what you should have in your diet, whatever it is. Personally, I think you should cut down on meat and eggs and milk because those also have really bad things. But even if you continue to eat them, add up on things that you need that are really good for you, such as fruits, vegetables, nuts, and legumes of all kinds, lentils. That's the core, the big things. Things that are very, very healthy for you. And those things are super tasty if you know what you're doing with them. And some of them are very easy to deal with. We're not going to get into it. But whatever it is, whatever your diet is, think about your nutrition. And try to eat a little bit healthier. Try to think about your food a little bit more. I know it's hard, I know you don't want to, but it's for your benefit. And you will just feel better if you eat correctly, more correctly. I promise. And most importantly, you'll poop better. Seriously, people don't talk about poop enough. Pooping is, we're going to stop here. Thank you so much for watching. I hope I talked about this in a good way, because this topic is scary. Please let me know what you think. I'll see you guys next time. Thanks for watching. Bye.